So yeah, for anyone who has not seen my new controller, it is pretty awesome. Yeah, shoutouts to Muffin Bros for the super sick skin. They do really good work. It's my favorite moment from LTC4. It's a hard one. Probably the collective number of spikes that I landed as Roy were probably my favorite moment. Got one. Actually, got a Ken combo in friendlies against another Roy. I did do great. Thanks. Yeah. I placed. So my placing at low tier city. Hold the bracket here. I ended up placing pretty high. So I originally tweeted that I got 25th place, which is actually incorrect. I ended up taking 17th, which, you know, out of 317 people, I think it was, is you know, not bad at all. There we go. We'll switch over to the. Oh. Nope. Okay, it has decided that's not okay. Browser, live. Please. No. Okay. Can I trick networking? Okay. Maybe. What is it doing? Maybe it's just off center. Ah. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I got 17th, losing to Gibbous DK Will. I got kind of an easy early bracket for the for pools. Let me make sure my chat's not being cut off here. Yep, it works. So I had kind of an easy bracket for pools. Kind of finagle with a lot of this stuff since I've you know, just adding in the new plugins. Yeah, so I had a relatively easy pool. I think it was Zay and Forbidden One who were the other top seeds. Both did good. They both ended up making out as well. Cypher was actually a pretty challenging set. He's a DFW local. How's it going, Captain Sinex? Cypher is another DFW local who actually played at the weekly before this tournament, before Low Tier City. And he played Sheik and Needle Camped me, and it made life super difficult. He ended up playing Diddy Kong this time. He won game 1, but then I adjusted more. Ended up bringing the set back, which happened a lot, actually. Maybe it's Diddy Kong, right? He's Diddy Kong. But yeah, so he played. How's it going, Shiny Man? He played Diddy Kong against me. One of the things I started doing in that set that was really, really nice is, so, you know, of course we all know that all of us Roy players know that Roy can crouch underneath Diddy Kong's forward air, super important. You know, it's one of the few ways you can really get around that neutral.
Here's to new beginnings.
So, you know, you can duck under Diddy Kong's forward air. I actually started running under it a lot, running past him, and then after seeing that he does the forward air, crossing him up with the dash, and then B reversing side B and punishing him that way, and using that as a way to like sort of shut down his neutral. Because as long as if Diddy Kong can't space forward air, if he can't use forward air because you duck underneath it or like punish in other ways, as long as you don't let him into the position where he can space down tilt or far enough away that he can pull a banana safely, it's kind of hard for him to interact. I mean, we have a sword. You know, we chop him up real good. Sounds dizzying. Yeah, diving head, running straight at, you know, Diddy Kong is a little bit scary, but, you know. What's a little fear when you can just win, right? So that set was close. I ended up bringing that back.
Here's to
Thanks,
new beginnings.
Not cool yet. Muffin. I'm trying to remember my games against Muffin. And I'm not having much luck.
Here's to new beginnings.
Thanks for the phone. What? I don't remember the set against Muffin. I think it was close. I don't recall. I ate him up. Yeah, snack time. Delicious muffins. So Jokertron played Luigi, and so Luigi is actually one of the characters I have the most experience against because Dakpo has played Luigi a lot, and me and him are basically training partners. There's lots of times after Wednesday night Shockwave where he'll come over and we'll just play for hours on end, like into the early AMs. And Luigi is one of the main characters he's used for that. So I have a ton of matchup experience for that specifically, like knowing how to DI his combos properly so we don't get just completely murked. Power shielding fireballs, keeping him out with jabs, getting those juicy nairs that lead to huge damage. So that wasn't really a difficult set. I 2-0'd him. Played Zay in Winners Finals because Zay had beaten Forbidden One. I don't know if Zay... I guess Zay wasn't the top, the 3rd seed since he played Forbidden One early. I think Kid Flash was probably the other one. I don't know who Kid Flash lost to in Losers. Kid Flash lost to Game Prod in Losers, okay. Well, not to lose Forbidden One.
Our community
Thanks.
grows.
Oh, okay, no. Do I see any Roy in tournaments? I see Roy's occasionally in tournament. Not a ton, but here. So, we'll move this to the inside. So it's in right. Chat. So yeah, me and Zay. Zay is a player from Denton here in DFW, which is like 45 minutes northwest rather. He played Fox against me, and I was pretty sure I had the lead the entire time. Pretty consistent win for me. I think it might be another case again of me having good experience against the character. I play against Jason's Fox a good amount. Played some matches against Phenom's Fox. There are a decent number of Foxes, and that's a matchup I've studied. I'm sure you know I have analysis videos over Fox, so I understand him fairly well. Took that home. So day 1 actually went super smooth. Not too difficult overall for me. Which, that got me into top 48 bracket. Let's see where we are. I should actually open another window so I can keep track of Twitter. See if other people are yelling at me. I feel though there is much Roy meta you have yet to learn. Kind of. I mean, I've been progressing further a lot, but there's still a lot of stuff I haven't messed with too much. Yeah, I guess to go over that now. I haven't worked on perfect pivoting almost at all, which is one of the main reasons why I grabbed this beauty right here. Get a new stick. So the Smash 4 controllers are much well, they're different as far as how the control stick how sensitive it is, and they're also very it's kind of stiff. It's a completely fresh controller, whereas the controller I've been using so far, I've always used the silver controllers. Let's see if I've got one laying around here somewhere. Looks like no. Well, here's one. So yeah, I usually use the silver controllers, these ones, but they're not actually manufactured anymore. So any ones that you can find, at the very least, are lightly used. Do you have any tips for Roy mains? I have millions of tips for Roy mains. If you have anything in specific to ask about, I would be glad to talk on it. But yeah, so yeah, bought the new controller. Gonna be working on perfect pivoting soon, which I feel like is could be pretty nice for Roy. He doesn't really get any slide off of it, but being able to set up like down tilts and jabs off of extended dash dances sounds like it could be pretty nice. And punish game, like my punish game is pretty good, but it's not perfect. One of the things I never do is down smash out of shield, and I feel like that's going to be a nice thing in the long run, because Roy's punish game is really powerful, especially if like you land F smashes. I actually don't even know really how strong down smash is, so I don't know if it's gonna be like gonna make things significantly better. But in situations like, for example, playing against Cosmos' Corrin, if he does down air on your shield, you Roy doesn't you can't out of shield F smash punish that. It's got too little landing lag, too much damage. It's just not that negative. You can F tilt out of shield, but of course, you know, it's still a good kill move, but it's not as strong as F smash. And that is a sort of situation where you could down smash out of shield instead. So I'm going to be looking for opportunities for windows where down smash is actually a better punish. Might look into more up smash as well. I've been more reliant on up B out of shield up to now, but I think up smash, you know, it hits a little bit harder, so killing a little bit earlier. We always want to kill as early as humanly possible. That's an interesting thing as well, using down smash to not steal other things. Yeah, like a down smash out of shield to not steal F tilt, so that F tilt can be used to kill. Isn't a bad idea at all. So that's like the main thing. It's perfect pivoting, using down smash. I also want to try working on more, since I play with tap jump on personally, recovering off stage is always kind of scary, because if I up B, more often than not I'm hitting this control stick up and I'm Rise, you know, jumping with tap jump at the very start of it. So I want to work on using my up B without accidentally using my double jump, because if Roy still has his double jump, his recovery is pretty good. Like, he still goes a really far distance. If he doesn't have his double jump, he can die from a lot of random stuff. Smash is great for tech chasing. Yeah, I could see it. Up smash, yeah, the reason I haven't been using up smash as much until recently is, well, haven't been using it as much as other kill options, is because it's just so risky. It's very, very negative, so it's like, it's a very all-in sort of thing. If you don't hit with it, then, you know, Roy can probably die. What do you think I'm doing wrong against Cosmos' Corrin? Just some things. I feel like I'm playing the matchup pretty well. I'm doing a really good job surviving off stage. I have to learn how to deal with getting grabbed by him, I think. He ends up grabbing me a lot, throwing me off stage. Doesn't actually combo me. How's it going, Lady Cookie? Doesn't actually combo me a good amount of the time, but just throws me off stage, pressures me, puts on a lot of damage by just controlling that space. So, yeah, I've got a couple ideas on how to deal with that, but it's gonna take a couple more sets, I think, to really figure it out. Yeah, there's that, using the shoulder trigger to jump, so you can do up B out of shield without tap jump. But I've played with tap jump since 2004, so it's what I'm used to. It would take a lot of removing ingrained muscle memory to get used to tap jump off, and I don't know if that's the best idea. It's kind of like inefficient use of my time, just because, yeah, I could be using the time to like re-ingrain my muscle memory to play with tap jump off, or I could just be using that time to re-ingrain new muscle memory for not tap jumping my up B. But anyways, I digress. Back to Low Tier City 4. Day 2, top 48. Played against Shiny, who is an Oklahoma Diddy Kong player, who again took the first game from me. It's a super, super close set. I did land a spike against him. I got a down throw air dodge bait down air, which, as we all know, feels extremely nice. I can't remember if it was this set or if it was a set from pools, but I got another down throw air dodge bait spike when they dipped super low, and I had to keep fast falling for the down air to get the sweet spot. So it dipped super low, you know, kept fast falling afterwards, and was most certainly going to die, but it was on his last stock and I had two, so I figured it would have been worth the risk. So got like the super suicide dunk to finish off the set, which is mega hype. That very end of me versus Shiny. Oh, did I win game one? Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay. I have trouble keeping track. Got that old man memory. Was it you that I got the suicide spike on? I do use tilt stick, yeah. Yeah, tilt stick is nice for downers for Rai. So, again, I'm got that old muscle memory used to using down on the C stick for down air, and since smash stick makes Roy fast fall, whenever you do that, this kills the Roy. So set it to tilt to make it so that you could fast fall. You can not force yourself into a fast fall and also stop the fast fall, which technically I could be doing with just down and A, but it's kind of kind of tricky. Don't think that was you? Okay, I know I landed a couple. So I got the Ken combo in friendlies. I got 2 down air bait spikes, down throw, air dodge, down air spikes on someone. I guess it wasn't you. And then I got another one against DK well. But yeah, the end of me and Shiny's set was extremely hype. We were both at like 130, 140% on our last game, and he'd been doing the, lots of down tilt pressure, going for up smashes afterwards, which I believe you killed me with a couple times in this set. Not too surprising, considering that's like Diddy Kong bread and butter. But so he down tilted the back of my shield, which is usually a really good position to be in because you can't grab in that situation since you're obviously facing the wrong way. But yeah, I went for the up B out of shield as he went for the up smash, running an up smash, and the armor from up B tanked the up smash hits and blew through it. And like both of us at 140%, pretty climactic ending. Lots of people watching too, actually. It was a fun set. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that that Riot B has armor on it, 4 to 10. How did you end up doing in losers? Let's check this out. There you go. Ah, you lost your muse. That sucks. You had to play another Oklahoma guy. You are Oklahoma, right? I'm getting that correct. Those are the best up Bs to land. That is correct. That half moment of hesitation where like you can see the hit lag of your opponent's hit, and there's just fire everywhere, and they explode through. It's very anime. I have Y to shield myself, because that makes it easier for some power shield option selects, and like power shielding in general, since you don't have the Oh, well actually I guess it's not like this in Smash 4. In Brawl it was kind of weird power shielding sometimes, because you had to click the control stick all the way, the trigger all the way down to actually get the shield, and melee as well. Might be wrong about that. Okay, yeah, you didn't expect it at all. Yeah, I'd been saving it. Lunchables actually mentioned afterwards, because he was the up B out of shield is really good with Roy, but it's also pretty risky, so if you like play the card too much, then people start respecting it and then like baiting it out, and then Roy dies whenever he tries to do it. Yeah, I was like playing it out of shield a little bit more, trying to bait out something that I could up B out of shield, which Lunchables mentioned afterwards that he noticed that like I walked in stage and like shielded and run in and shielded and like got hit and rolled and shielded. You are from Oklahoma? Okay, cool. I don't actually play online, Palm Green, so if you ever find me in person, I'd be more than happy to play you, but yeah, online gives me fits. Lunchables got second at BM. Super close set, went down to the last game in Grand Finals. Thunder's Reign took it home. Which I actually just wrote an article on the T-Lock website.
A prudent choice.
Thanks to the foul. Mr. Smooth, yes? Here, if you want to read more about PM, the link on the tunerlocator.com website. You have articles. How's it going, Gradient 5? So yeah, if you want to read more about PM at LTC4, drop this link in the chat. So when the browser loads, browser. Bam. There it is. Click that there link if you want to check it How's it going, Mr. Talent Smash? I am gonna be at Push More Buttons this weekend up in Minnesota. Kind of a last-minute trip. The TOs there.
Here's to new beginnings.
Thanks for the follow, Johnny Man. 337. Yeah, gonna be going up to Push More Buttons. The TOs there offered to fly me out, so I'm gonna go out there, play some Smash 4. Gonna do one more run in PM. Probably gonna be like my last one. I've tried to, pop back in and test it out a little bit here and there, but really it boils down to me just not particularly enjoying the game. So, gonna do this one, partially to for kind of as a favor to the TOs, since they're flying me out and people are hyped to see my run in PM. So give it a shot. Probably won't do all that well since I'm not in practice, but also gonna be teaming with iPunch Kids in PM doubles, so that should be fun. How did I do the Diddy Roy matchup? Crouching Fairs. I don't remember how much. I don't think I used as much run through to crouch underneath to run underneath the forward airs against Shiny as I did against Cypher. Since Shiny was a little bit more reserved than how I used it, Cypher was a bit more predictable. Yeah, the set between me and Shiny was super close. Do I have any plans to do a video about Roy Basics? Probably. I think it's a good idea. A lot of people ask me about that sort of thing, and I feel like that would help. I want to do a Roy guide eventually, and I'll probably do like a complimentary TLDR video version. Yeah, I was playing kind of timid at the end. That's kind of like something people talk about, like giving your opponent a little bit of room so that they overextend. That's sort of the idea. Picking the right moment to try and counterattack. Ground control is important. Yep. Yeah, especially with Roy. We move really fast in the air, but our hitboxes aren't too great. Like if we can choose where we're attacking, it can be good. But having a decent down air, not great, not really good coverage on it, means that a lot of characters can just get underneath us, and our stuff isn't super safe on block. It's pretty safe, spaced well, but falling directly down onto shield, one of Roy's one of the places most characters aren't very good. Okay, we're going into the back at the. So I played Shiny, barely won there. I played against Karna, and kind of as Carrie said, as you guys know, Karna is a Sheik player. I believe can't think of any other Sheik in Texas that would come close to taking the best Sheik in Texas from him. So he's the best Sheik in Texas. Has had a lot of success in the past. Scary matchup because Sheik's forward air makes our life really difficult. Neutral air spacing more or less doesn't work against the character. Because maybe better now actually, since I believe Sheik forward air range was nerfed just very slightly, and not this patch but the patch before it. And yeah, I can't remember any time I had a great spacing with Nair in the matchup, but yeah, Lunchable, Strong Bad. Yeah, there are a couple of my friends that were were hanging out with me from the weekend that were checking it out. Yeah, so game 1, Karna completely demolished me. It was not close. It was sort of like the game where you sit down afterwards and oh my god, this matchup is hopeless. Forward air invalidates my character. I don't think there's anything I can do. It was like a mid percent, maybe high percent 2 stuck. And afterwards I was like, okay, well this is bad. I counterpicked Duck Hunt, which I think what stage we started on? We started on Smashville, I think. Which maybe not a good idea. I'm not sure what I haven't played against Sheik too much since the patch. I know Sheik has the possibility to string you off stage with forward airs, but that didn't happen. He just he pressured me, he pushed me at the ledge. One of the big things that happened in the game 1 was that he did a really good job of using forward tilts out of shield to punish me whenever I was trying to come up from the ledge. Whenever I had neutral air and he'd forward tilt me, I had neutral air and I'd cross him up and he'd turn around and forward tilt me. Hey, how's it going, Haley? Step on. If you're going to start teaming in Smash 4 again, who would you team with? I'd like to team with Denti, but he's kind of like stepping out of the scene. Dakpo would be another person I'd be interested in teaming with, but he teams with Karna usually. I don't know. Me and Disco might try teaming. I haven't found like a teammate that I really mesh with yet, who's also, you know, available for tournaments a lot and doesn't have someone better than me to team with. So game 1, Karna dunked on me. Believe it was Smashville. Game 2, Push More Buttons is a tournament up in Minnesota that is happening this weekend that I will be at. So game 2, I think in general against Sheik we should be trying to go to large stages because of the fact that her kill power is significantly lower now. The general scheme, the gist of things is that Sheik is going to be dominating in neutral. It's just what she does. I mean, we have a decent neutral as Roy, but it's not going to hold a candle to Sheik. So we have to like kind of pick our battles, take a lot of damage, try to play a little bit more defensive, wait for them to like slip up a little bit. And so we're going to want to go to big stages so we can survive longer. Especially, you know, Roy with Rage. If Roy has Rage, he can kill Sheik super early. So I went to Duck Hunt. Started playing a little bit better at the ledge. So for anyone who hasn't tried it, the like if you're dropping and double jumping from the ledge to try and get back on stage, you know, neutral air is pretty good at like pulling into that area. Not totally safe block though. If people are shielding a lot to try and bait that sort of thing out, you can just double jump and then land on the stage and then just like roll in or just run in towards center stage, get control back, slip back behind them, and then, you know, you've reversed your position. So I made use of that a lot, which got me back on stage a bunch. Let me fix my chat a little bit. A little taller. There. So now we should have should see more of the chat. Yeah, thanks, B-dubs. Yeah, I did do pretty good at laser shooting. She does not know what landing lag is. That is correct. Thought of Lilat to counter Big Sheik. Huh. I don't know about that. Lilat's not a bad Roy stage. I don't know. But it's not a great Roy stage either. I haven't seen like any major reasons why you'd want to play Roy there. You can use it as like a character. If their character is bad at the stage, I can understand wanting to pick it. If they're like Cloud or Little Mac, like characters that have trouble recovering on it. Yeah, I don't know. The edges on Lilat are kind of scary. Roy, in my experience, Roy doesn't have too big of a problem recovering around them himself. It's just, I don't know, like the counterpicking there versus counterpicking FD or Duck Hunt and surviving for a really long time. At least specifically in the Sheik matchup. I don't know. That seems better. Exactly. Yeah, it's not bad for us, but it's not the best either. I mean, like, not too different from just counterpicking a neutral. Found best success against Sheiks in Battlefield. Battlefield is kind of scary in my opinion because they have, if they decide to start needle camping, they have the platforms on Battlefield to hide already, so we can't like full hop and drop with aerials. Which isn't really that great against Sheik anyways, since, you know, she can cancel needles and intercept or just like power shield at tilt. I don't know. I played Karna there in the past, and he's like, completely wiped the floor with me. So maybe since I've gotten better since then, that would change. But yeah. So game 2 against Karna. Go Duck Hunt. I'm not sure if me or if he took the first deck or I did, but we were both. Yeah, I think I did because we were both at like 120%, and maybe a little. He was at like 130. I was at 120, and I actually killed him with up throw like in the center of the stage, which kind of surprised me because Roy's up throw is strong, but it usually doesn't kill people at like 130. So I don't know if like if he DI'd him properly, or if Sheik is just that light now after the weight nerf. So I got him with the up throw. Game went down to super high percent, both of our last stocks, and I grabbed him at like 110 on the on the left side, which is my left here, obviously you guys see it, right? On the left side of Duck Hunt and threw him, well, I threw him in towards center stage, and then ran in and waited to try and chase the tech. He teched back, I F-tilted him, and, 120 F-tilt with Rage Roy. That's enough to do it, even on Duck Hunt, surprisingly. So yeah, that's, I think, gonna be, like I mentioned before, the gist of the matchup is Sheik knocking us around for like 3 minutes, and then us getting a couple clean hits and like one good kill move, and she's done. That's a good point. Her gravity. I don't know what her gravity is. Do you know anything about Karna's set with mic effect? Yeah, I am kind of surprised he didn't make a huge losers run. I didn't hear anything about his set with mic effect. I know mic effect is good. But I don't know. I wonder who else did. How did mic effect do? Let us check out on bracket. Guys, Mike Effect lost to Slaps afterwards. Slaps has a pretty good track record against Nest, though. He actually he took a set from Austin in the past couple weeks in at Shockwave. So that doesn't surprise me too much. Who did Aerolink lose to? Aerolink lost to MVD. Okay, that's a respectable loss. And then East Hammer losers. I'm sad that none of Airlink's matches got put up on stream, or like, so I can go back and see him. It's interesting seeing where he takes Bayonetta, since a lot of people have dropped her because of the nerfs. I think he's definitely dedicated enough to stick with her and like figure her stuff out. She's 0.15, Roy is 0.114. I actually don't know how the gravity is calculated. I don't know if higher points means more floatiness or more fall speed. I assume more floatiness. I think she gets a little floatier than Ray. Yeah, I know that's the... Okay, yeah, double check, make sure. Cool. So yeah, so game 2, I won against Karna. Game 3, he had momentum at the start of the game. Got pressure, got damage, got crabs, pushed me off stage. And it was like me at around 100% to him at 68. And then he got a little bit antsy. Tried to bouncing fish off stage, if I recall correctly, and then set up for like a neutral air afterwards. And I had dipped, like say, this is the edge of, I think it was Town and City. I had dipped down super low and pulled back so his aerial missed, and then up B'd up. And my up B was spaced such that I actually didn't snap to the ledge with my up B, so I hit him and I dragged him in and I got all the hits, and then it finished the animation, and then I snapped, which made it really, really difficult to tech that, since the hit lag for Roy's up B lasts a pretty long time if you actually land all the singular hits rather than snapping in the middle of it. And so he missed his tech and died at a pretty early percent. Hey, what's up, Mr. Smooth? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've been streaming some. I don't stream. I get busy sometimes, and commentary keeps me busy during a lot of the afternoons. So I'm trying to find a good time to stream with them. Sometimes a pain. Yeah, I stream sometime. Some analysis, some random gameplay. Should see one of Neo's recent sets. Oh yeah, if he plays Lucina and not Roy. Interesting. Yeah, his perfect pivots with Roy were really good from his perfect pivot was really good the last time I saw him play as Roy. Like perfect pivot down tilting. I'll definitely check those out. I am a little bit lazy too, that's true. I mean, you're right. I got other stuff to do, but it's sometimes hard to decide like when I want to be streaming games and like having them fun and try to entertain other people versus just like sitting down and vegging out and like playing RPGs and stuff. But I want to start doing it more. It's fun. So yeah, game 3 against Karna. I got the spike with the up B. He died at a pretty low percent, and then after that, it was just a lot of momentum for me. I mean, he could win out on, 2 out of 3 of the exchanges in neutral, but me putting damage on him slowly, like at that point in time, I didn't even really have to take too big a risk. And it's difficult. So I think Sheik, the reason why Sheik is still a good character is because she can play safe, and it is very much possible to literally win just like 90% of exchanges if you're really, really good at the game, but it's hard. And yeah, the Karna did manage to do that. No news on SmashCon yet. I definitely want to make it out for it. I'm gonna try. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna possibly try to raise some money with streaming to go for it. Go out to it, because I really want to make it out. I really want to go to SmashCon. It looks really fun. Not just for Smash, but for hanging out in general, like experiencing Smash, which could be really fun for me. Since I'm taking a bit less of a competitor's standpoint and more just playing the game, enjoying it, trying to go with my character, push him as far as I can. That's the sort of it feel like that caters to what I'm currently looking for in tournaments more, rather than like Evo or CEO. Oh, getting a goal. Ah, crap. And so I won the set against Karna. Yeah, pretty cleanly. Game 2 was super close. Game 1, he trashed me. Game 3 was still kind of close, despite the fact that he died pretty early to the uppie. Let's see. So I played against Gibbous afterwards. I had this problem against Gibbous the last time I played as Greninja. If you guys seen the video, I'm pretty sure that one's up on the Tournament Locator stream. I don't remember which week it was. Had a bit of trouble dealing with him playing a bit more defensive and just chucking neutral bees and then just dash grabbing me whenever I got anywhere near him. And so I actually thought more about how to deal with that because of sitting down with another Smasher and like helping him out with the matchup. So Greninja's got like this. There's any character has like a space around them, like a bubble they control. That's like dangerous to be in because of like specifically in certain areas for that whatever hitboxes they have that are best. Like Roy, it's like the just inside sweet spot jab range is a great place to be for him. He can poke at jab. He can poke with down tilt safely. If you do like sit there too safe, you can start going for shield pokes with high neutral air or dashing in for grabs. Greninja's got like a fairly long threat radius because of like his dash forward grab, and figuring out how to play against that I think is going to be really important for me. Which I did pretty well at this tournament. Did a lot of like running forward and then running forward just barely inside of that range and like empty hopping backwards and using that to bait out the dash grab and like drop with the forward airs and get damage that way. And rack up damage, get positioning, because Greninja's aerials aren't really that great. They all come out really slow. They're really good if he has the time to set them out, like forward air, neutral air. Relatively safe, you can hit hard, set up for good damage, but if we're at our optimal spacing, it's pretty hard, in my opinion, for him to deal with us. Just because he's not great at upfront fighting. So with that game plan, I did that all right in the set. I feel like that I worked around that fairly well, dealing with his neutral in that way. Didn't play the rest of the match that great, unfortunately. DI'd it on down throw once or twice and got caught by forward air when I should have just DI'd away and like been at 200%. Jump canceling is not in Smash 4 now. There's sort of like a pseudo jump. You can up smash out of shield and you can up smash out of a run. Same with up B, but I don't think the game actually treats it as an jump cancel, which is a little odd. But there's no jump cancel grabbing, for example. So yeah, lost to Gibbous pretty solidly from him. 2-0 win. There was also a really weird time where I was at like 100% and I was falling down, and he got underneath me and like got up smash, and it didn't sweet spot, and I would have survived if he had sweet spotted, like barely, but instead sent me like straight out, and it sent me so far out that I didn't have a double jump. I just couldn't make it back to the ledge. Because that was kind of like a okay, whatever, that's weird. But yeah, 2-0 from him, so that's gonna be. I feel like the neutral spacing is something I've gotten better at, but gonna need to work more in that matchup in general. So down into the losers bracket. Played against DK Will. My set against DK Will was kind of back and forth. Game 1, he demolished me. Like, we interacted in neutral, he hit me a couple times, he got damaged, he got a grab at 60 and I died. And he was still at like 40 to 60 himself. Second stock came down, same thing happened. We interacted a little bit, he put on damage, he grabbed me, I died. So, game 1, he won super hard. And so, you know, mentally I'm like, okay, I literally need to not get grabbed ever. At least from like 60 to like 100%. From what I understand, the window for landing the ding dong on Roy is actually surprisingly large. The DK matchup seems hard. Don't know necessarily if it's. I mean, I think there's stuff we can learn to make it easier. He's really big, so neutral air's really good against him. So I think like a lot of our neutral will revolve around that. Using neutral airs to like box him out. He's got really big hitboxes on his other stuff, but if he's like actually fighting with us and just like swinging around attacks, it's not so bad of a matchup. It's still kind of obnoxious because hitboxes are big, but he's not very fast. He's also not very good at like pushing into our space. His aggressive attacks are limited to basically like dash attack and dash grab, and like running in and reverse air rushing back air, which he has to like get pretty deep for, and we can intercept with like dash and neutral air. DK Well is extremely good. There's nothing else to say about it. He's extremely good. I was actually surprised he was put in the losers so early. He lost. What did he lose to in those? He lost to BC. Huh. That's interesting that those two played so early. BC's really good as well. BC, a Houston Villager player. But yeah, DK Will made quite the losers comeback. Beat Cheeseballer, JFK, me, Mew Squared, Fun Crazy Fish, finally losing to Mook for 7th place. After almost getting 33rd. Played way too aggro DKs in its pain, but defensive DK is scary too. Yeah, he's just scary overall. I mean, he's very punish heavy, so if we make big mistakes, he hurts real hard. BC, yeah, BC, that's right. BC is SU. I don't know why he doesn't have SU in his name in this bracket, because he didn't sign up under SU. So at game 1, DK Will bodied me. What's up, Cranium? What do you think I need to do to place higher? Just work on my game overall. Yeah, like I said, going to be trying to work in perfect pivoting, down smash punishes. I was actually using a completely new controller, the one that I showed earlier. If anyone wasn't around and didn't see it, I'll once again show it off. Show. It's pretty awesome. Buffer Bros, they do good work. Really cool stuff. Ah, I hate you. Come back. Do exist. Thanks. I'm wondering how Pools Winners Finals mattered. Pools Winners Finals mattered for seeding purposes. So, for example, I won over Zay in Winners Finals of our pool, which means that I got the first seed and he gets the second seed. I think he actually, yeah, he got second seed. He didn't have to play in losers. If you want to buy a decal like that, Muffin Bros sells them on their website. You think it might be best? Do you think it might be best to play against DK, pressuring him and being sort of defensive? I think being a little bit more defensive. Obviously, we don't want to get grabbed. Getting grabbed sucks. We don't want to push him too hard because he's got really good hitboxes. So yeah, I think playing around the fact that he can't approach us super well, like controlling airspace. Not necessarily playing like out of shield, because then he can potentially grab at us, but like playing with safe neutral air spacing, like down tilt pokes, going for interceptions whenever he does start going in, and like playing evasive whenever we're not sure what he's going to be doing. It should probably be the game plan. It might also not be a bad idea just to platform camp once we get to 60%. Like if you're playing on Battlefield or playing on Smashville, any stage with platforms, I don't like the thing I've thought about is literally just standing on a platform, not even necessarily to deal damage back to him, but to let him hit us so he can't cargo throw kill us. Might not be a bad idea, just because the cargo throw kill at 60 is so brutal. It's ridiculously brutal. So, like literally just letting him hit us until we're at 120% might not be bad. Just so that he has to, like land a clean back air, land a super hard read on like F smash, up smash, down smash. Because once people start going for those hard reads, if they fail against us, then we get drop shield smashes, which is Roy's, what he wants. Perfect pivoting out of extended dash dance seems good for Roy. Like being able to dash around and then set up jabs, down tilts. So game 2 against DK Will. Again, I went to Duck Hunt, same idea versus Karna, make it so that bigger blast zone, so I survive, more room to kind of like dance around. I don't know. I just like Duck Hunt. I'm not sure why. It might be like a personal thing, but it feels fun to play on. It might be the ducks. I like the ducks. But so game 2, super close. I don't end up getting a ding dong at all. I played a little bit more defensive to like try and see if he would try to rush in for grabs, but he ended up playing more like more actual like in-your-face fighting, like lots of tilts, back airs. He didn't seem like he really went for the ding dong much. I don't know if it was because he noticed me playing a bit more defensive, or just I don't know if he felt bad because he bodied me game 1. Not sure what it was, but so I'm cracking a little bit on my mic. Tune this down just a little bit so I'm not reaching peak volume. So yeah, the super close game. Again, kind of similar to my game against Karna and on game 2. We were both at like 100-ish% on our last stock, and I landed a grab. This time, like complete center stage, little bit past center stage, and 2% for down throw to confirm into anything. If I did do down throw, he's just gonna jump away and like be hard to chase against, since Roy's not really that great. I get hitting people that are coming down, like if they're going towards the ledge, it's hard for him to intercept and do stuff.
Enjoy your stay.
Thanks to follow air poison. So I forward through him, and it was at just the perfect range where he just went over the ledge. And so normally in that sort of situation, people air dodge, just because it's a safe way to be like, oh, make it so I can't catch him with dash attack on that like transition from over the stage to under the stage. And most people aren't ballsy enough, to go super deep off stage to chase that air dodge. However, I am ballsy enough to do that. I do love my air dodge bait downer. So I ran, short hopped, and chased after his air dodge, and actually went super deep and spiked him off stage, which felt extremely good. A little bit easier against DK than against other characters, just because DK is big, so it's easier to like get deep in and make sure that sweet spot lands. Yeah, so game 2 was really close, fairly so good.
Welcome to the Hamlet.
Thanks to the follow, Zelda player 1301. Panic air dodge is great when your opponent does that. Yeah, pressuring people and making them scared, to like scaring them with aerials and such to make them edge guard, to make them panic air dodge is, I think, gonna be pretty important, like in the long run. Since Roy's got a lot of little stuff that's guaranteed off of down throw. Like you can down throw up air people at surprisingly high %, and like Zero Suit, even whenever she's at like 90 or so, you can get down throw forward air if she doesn't DI away. And so using that to make people panic and air dodge seems good. DK will probably up B early after you show him dare. Yeah, that is a thing DK Will did. He up B'd out of 1 or 2 of my strings. That surprised me. It's something we should look out for. It's something we can punish super hard if we do bait out. Like doing stuff like down throw. I don't know if down throw jabs can actually work against him. He might be able to just up B out of that. But in situations where like we jab and we can't actually get like a true confirm off of it, just like stepping forward and shielding, and then up smashing out a shield, or like getting a dash grab and throwing him and looking for another tech chase, could be good stuff. Game 3 against DK Will went super awful. He caught me in the air without a double jump at super low percent on the first stock at like 40%. So he back aired me, and then like short hop back aired, pushed me off stage, and actually just followed me off stage and true comboed into another back air. And at that point in time, I was so far off stage that I just couldn't even recover. I was just gone. So I was like, so a very, very bad start in that game. And then he was at like 70 or 80, and I'd pushed him off stage. And I tried going for something off stage just because I was super desperate. I don't remember if it was a counter on his up B or like a spike on his up B, but it didn't work. And he clipped me with his up B on his way back, and that pushed me just low enough that like I up B'd and had to reverse up B, and it was just at the tip of the ledge, which you other Roy players probably know. Roy doesn't actually grab the ledge at the tip of his reverse up B. He has to fall and drift some first. So I just fall and then just like died at 60% again. Game 3 was pretty depressing in a different way than Game 1, since Game 1, he just murdered me. In Game 3, I just fell around and died. DK Bear is really good, very fast, very powerful. I don't think he has heavy armor on his aerial up B. Let's check this out. Let us consult the Bible. Kurogane Hammer. What say you, Kurogane Hammer? Ding Kong. So grounded is got super armor 8 to 17. Aerial is intangible 3 to 6, but that's a pretty small window. So yeah, we wouldn't be able to like trade with the first hit of it, but yeah, still pretty vulnerable. So, yeah, so no armor on the aerial version, anyways. Just a little bit of intangibility, which is basically invulnerability for anyone who doesn't know the terms Smash uses. Oh yeah, so that was my tournament run. I was very satisfied with my performance. 17th place out of 317 people. Is I think the highest a Roy has placed at a national. This is like not a super national, but had Zero, had Nairo, had MJG, had Cosmos, had Hyuga, MBD. Lots of really good people. So like I would still definitely consider this a national. So that is satisfying, very satisfying. Still not, not pushed as far as I want to be. Still feel like there's lots of stuff I can be working on. Yeah, like I mentioned, I started using the controller for the first time this last weekend, and it worked out pretty well. But my inputs weren't completely on point. I could be a little bit more consistent with it. And I feel like perfect pivoting potentially adds a lot. Didn't really do too much with power shield option selects because there just didn't happen to be the time. I tried a couple against like I think Karna and the Diddy Kong players I played against, but there's more to delve into, and I'm excited for the future. Honestly, I'm excited just to land right down there. It's like I was telling people at the start of the day. I guess I landed the two. I landed the air dodge bait down there and the suicide spike down there. I guess I landed those in pools. And I was mentioning to people that even if I had like lost in pools and didn't make it out, I still would have been completely happy with the tournament just because I got two super good down airs. In case DK starts recovering early, the best might be to counter him or wait to see where he lands. I think countering his up B isn't a bad idea. The only problem, well, there are two problems. One is that he can go high, which is actually something that happens in Mason Elliott's video, which we'll check out in a little bit. So yeah, if we drop down and try to counter to cover him going to the ledge, then he can go high, and then we're on the stage, we're on the ledge versus DK on stage, and it's not a great position to be in. And two, since our counter is more based off of the knockback of the move we're countering rather than just set knockback. It doesn't really do too much to DK. The damage, not particularly great. Let's see, how much damage does this up he gets to? Probably like... First hit's 10.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Whoa ho ho ho! Albino Reiner Rexy. Oh, thanks, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's so great. I didn't get all of your message there. Let me check that in my Twitch alerts. Thank you so much, man. I really love streaming. I really like being able to, you know, give information to you guys, and the only reason I don't do it more is just because, you know, I have to, you know, pay bills and such. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Man, that's fucking hype. I'm hype! Thanks. I'm gonna have a big smile on my face the rest of the day now. What was I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about. Okay, so DK up E, right. So yeah, countering it doesn't do too much. Oh, actually it does, like, to be totally sure, I'm not sure if the knockback on Roy's counter is more based off of the damage of the attack they're doing or the actual knockback. I think it's knockback. I'm pretty sure it's 1.5. I know it's 1.5 times damage in previous games at least. Let's see, what's the list? I'm sure Kuragana Hammer has the sets. Just wanting to be able to focus more on Smash and less on real life money issues. I appreciate that, man. That's one of the struggles as a person who wants to take Smash super seriously. That was just a $100 donation. Thank you very, very much. A magnanimous dispensation, as Wayne June put it. Super appreciate it. I don't think I can really understate just how much I appreciate that. Which one's killing? Oh, it's actually 1.3 times damage. It's not as strong as it was in some of the other games. Not as strong as Goran's counter. A little bit faster, I think. I think hers is... Oh no, ours is slower. That sucks. Yeah, just a small donation, $100, nothing too fancy. Shit. I wonder if anyone has done testing on Roy's counter. If it's based more on the damage of the move he's countering, or if it's based more on the knockback of the move. I guess, well, it's got to be knockback, because if we countered Cloud finishing touch, I'm sure that would kill him. Then it does like almost no damage. Yeah. So should be based on knockback. Maybe damage factors in there. I don't know. I'm sure there's a formula somewhere that's posted somewhere out there in the great blue internet. Yeah. So countering is up E. I haven't had much success on it. It's kind of similar thing with Bowser, where you can like counter his up E. If he's at low percents, most of the time they just get the up E above you, and then or like you have to. You're grabbing the ledge as they're starting their second up E, so you have to just dip back on stage. So you get a little bit of easy damage. You think you've countered finishing touch and it didn't do anything? That would be an excellent test. We should definitely test that as a collective Roy group. Countering Ness up E is a decent option. Well, the problem with countering off stage as Roy versus...
A steadfast supporter.
Thanks for the follow. Jackro numbers. Yeah, so the problem with countering off stage as Roy is that... So when Corrin does her counter, you know, she transforms into a dragon, she goes, and she makes like, you know, a huge water splash around her. Roy counters and he swings the sword, you know, in like a not too huge arc, and it doesn't have quite as much coverage on his counter hit. I've had lots of times where like I'm countering like a Fox off stage or a Ness off stage, and the attack just misses on the counter. Either because they snap to the ledge before the swing comes out, or just the angle of the attack isn't right to get it. I've had people go just straight through me before. So it's not super consistent. I haven't done it enough to get a good feel for when the attack is going to whiff and when it's a better positioning for it. So maybe like down the line I'll get a better feel for that and be able to say exactly why that happens and how to not have it happen, because obviously it sucks. Like whenever Fox is recovering straight from below you and you're on the ledge, you're like, oh sweet, I'll just counter him and he's dead. And
A magnanimous dispensation.
did you seriously just donate $100 again? Oh my god, dude. Thanks. Oh man, that's so awesome. Other question, is there any amount of money in the world?
A gleaming endowment.
Thanks for the donation. I really appreciate it, guys. Other question was, is there any amount of money in the world to get Lunchables to play Smash 4 with you? I'm sure there is. I mean, he's talked, like, he's probably going to be entering in the Smash 4 Arcadian that's coming up next month. I don't know if he's going to play Roy. He said that he's watched Roy and said that he looks probably fun, but he's not too big a fan of playing terrible characters. But I don't know, maybe we could do that sometime. Just have like a for a fun stream where we sit down and play Smash 4 with him and like give him the info. That'd be a good idea for if he is going to play the character for the Arcadian. I'll bug him about that. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, Mason Elwood, thanks for helping this low mid Scarborough out and helping represent my favorite character in Smash. Definitely send pictures. That's my fun, and also continue to improve. This analysis is definitely going to help me a ton. Cool. Yeah, I'm always glad to help. I'm my mind is blown. Albino Radix. Rhino Rex. Albino Rhino Rex. You say that right. Thank you so much. Let's see, you missed some chat talk. What do you think you have to do to beat Austin? I don't know. Austin's hard. Austin's real hard. I think. So I talked about in my last analysis versus him, figuring out how to recover and not get gimped was one of my biggest problems. Like we were going relatively even in percent in stocks, and then he just forward aired me off stage at 16. I'd die. So yeah, I think I did a little bit better against that the last time we played, but he still like wiped the floor with me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play him a couple more times before I get a feel. It's hard. He said he likes Meta Knight. Yeah, he's played a little bit of Meta Knight in the past. I don't know if that's who you would use at the Arcadian. Maybe. Maybe. How do you think Zach's run at LTC? Thunders was playing really well. I feel like Lunchables played well too. I don't know, he was kind of like dissatisfied with with a lot of the tournament play. I think the fact that he was up at Smash and Splash and at like a national and then coming down for another national the week after hurt a bit. He still played really well. He still got into last game of Grand Finals. It was kind of heartbreaking that he didn't end up taking it home. But I don't know. I have faith in him. I'm pretty sure he'll get one. You doing anything else on one of my matches one day whenever you have the time? Certainly, absolutely, Albino Rights. Yeah. Feel free to throw some sets my way. I'm gonna be busy this week. I'm gonna be up in. I'm actually going up to Minnesota a little bit early. Yeah. So I'm leaving tomorrow actually, so I won't be at Shockwave this week. I think I'm getting back next Monday. I'll probably try and do another stream on Tuesday. But yeah, feel free to definitely. I mean, especially since you donated a rather extravagant amount of money to the stream. I mean, absolutely. So feel free to send me anything. I'm certainly down for that. Yeah, if you get hit near the edges is where he gets gimped really easily. I think that's like the main issue with his recovery. It's not so much that his overall recovery is bad. If he has double jump, I mean, there's lots of mix-ups you can do. The different angles he's at. His hitboxes on up B are still pretty good. But if you get hit whenever you don't have your double jump, then you're a fish out of water. Here's his All Might is better way than me. Do you agree with this? You gonna beat him in the Ditto? I don't know about beating him in the Ditto. I don't have too much experience against high-level other Roys, so he might. I mean, it's pretty undeniable, at least for whenever Zero made that video, that All Might had better results than me. He's beaten ESAM. He's taken tournaments with Roy. I actually don't have any singles wins under my belt. DFW is like a fairly stacked area, but I mean, so is Florida. Florida's really good. So the fact that All Might had won a tournament with Roy, and I haven't in singles. I mean, like, it's not really deniable. I mean, now at this point in time, since I placed 17th at a national, I got 25th at a Midwest Mayhem. I think it's debatable. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's really up to interpretation. It's where I guess it really depends on whether you want to weigh more in on the playing straight Roy and doing stuff, or actual results and wins over players. Because I have some good wins. Well, actually, I have a win over Karna now, which is good. Karna's fallen off a little bit, but still, you know, the best you can in Texas. I don't know if you'd necessarily compare him to Nick Riddle. I guess you have to like sit down and really look at Nick Riddle's results to try and gauge which would really be the stronger player. But yeah, I think this tournament like has a. If this tournament had happened before Zero did that video, he might have had a different opinion. I don't know. I don't think he still uses Roy. I'm pretty sure he's mostly Sonic. Although I honestly have not seen too much of him. I've been focused more on like the local scene than and like there's so much Smash nowadays. Like the USA is actually a super huge country. So trying to keep track of all the different areas is super hard. I haven't heard of him playing Roy again, at least in like, you know, making big waves. So maybe he is. Maybe he's still using him as a secondary. Maybe he's dropped him. He hasn't talked to me about any Roy stuff, which we did talk a little bit about. Whenever the character, it was like 6 months after release, probably from like the first 3 or so months to like 6 to 8 months. We chatted a little bit and like, you know, tossed back and forth some techniques. I saw his Roy videos and was impressed. Gotta say that you have improved a lot and you're doing great. Thanks. Yeah, I think I have. I feel like it's a really great feeling to like go into the tournament and actually see the results of me improving the stuff that I'm working on. It's a really, really good feeling. All Might's weird. He sometimes never uses Roy and then sometimes goes all out with Roy. Yeah. Yeah, and there's Rio, of course, as well. Very good Roy. Again, it's kind of like it depends on if you want to like talk about the Roy mains or the people who are just as the best Roy player who, you know, would be a pocket or a secondary or a tertiary. Depends on how you want to look at it. Okay, so that's all I have to say about LTC4, really. Played well. Still some snags here and there. Need to figure out DK a little bit better. Need to not get clipped by his up B or not get. I need to be careful with my double jump, I guess, is the main thing. I think I was double jumping towards like middle of the stage whenever he clipped me out of my double jump. I wish the video was recorded so I could go over it and figure out like why I made that decision and why it happened and why it got me killed. But just have to go out to memory. Just be a little bit careful. Pretty much everyone who uses Roy, except for a few people, use him for laughs. Yeah, that's one of the big things, is that none of the top players take Roy super serious. Like Void, you know, has a Roy and it's super fast and it's real pretty, but he's gonna like, you know, uses it for fun. Read your article you posted on Facebook about TCPM. Great work. Thanks, Pretty Birds. Yeah, I'm gonna have more coming out. Gonna do one article on each event at Low Tier City. So yeah, I'm gonna do them all this week. I'm not gonna like do them once per week because that would take super long. I wanted to want the info to be out there whenever the tournament is still relevant. Tomorrow is going to be the Melee article, and then on Thursday I'm going to be releasing the Smash 4 article. So if you guys want to see those, keep an eye on the T-Lock website, or keep an eye on my Twitter. I will always, you know, post it there whenever I put those out. Yeah, it's weird because not even Jigglypuff and Zelda mains, I keep them as secondaries.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Thanks again for the donation, Albino Rhino Rex. I love All Might, but something tells me you have more potential. You seem more intelligent as a player. I don't know. I don't know if necessarily like so to state it in a way that doesn't necessarily, you know, sound degrading to All Might. I think he's like a fairly smart guy. He plays a bit more simple, I want to say, playstyle. Good enough to to throw heat. I think he's a great player, but yeah, I've been around for a really long time, so I'm really good at the mental aspect, not just like end game, but also afterwards, like sitting down, looking at my matches, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't, theorizing what could work instead. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm really interested in the theory crafting of the game. I mean, I'm sure if anyone who's followed me on Twitter, you know, I've mentioned the playing to win articles, Wobbles Compete Complete, all kinds of other stuff that I absolutely love reading about, which I will probably do some more articles in that sort of vein once, Lotus Cities died down. One last thing. Is there a Roy Discord? There is a Roy Discord, yes. And what is the stream for your Minnesota stream? I'm not sure what, I'm not sure what the stream is going to be for, push my buttons? I'll have to look that up. I'll probably post that out on Twitter whenever I'm out in the area. Let's see if I can get you a link to the Roy Discord. Here, I'll drop the Discord link. And oh, my chat. Please hold. Come on, browser. Please load. My computer can be a little slow sometimes. It's an old rust bucket. Come on, man. You can do it. I believe in you. You can't do it. I need to. Please hold. Yep. Okay. Work. I love this playlist. Her music is like got that nice, nice line between like chill and interest. There it goes. My Discord link. Bam. There you go. Enjoy. It's actually a really active Discord. Like, honestly, there are lots of times where I don't post in the social because there's just so much activity that it's hard to keep up with. But I usually lurk. I'm usually around. If anyone ever tags me in something or like direct messages me, I make the time to get to it. Lost my chat. Show. My browser is not being fun. Sithon, would you be willing to offer lessons to Roy mains in either Smash 4 or PM? I would definitely be willing to offer lessons. Yeah, my rate would be relatively reasonable. I usually do 15 an hour, so if you want to do something a little bit more hands-on, I'm down for that. If you want to just throw videos at me to analyze, I'm usually fine. You know, I don't necessarily ask for money for that. I just have to say, you know, that it might be a little bit before I get to it. Yeah, no problem. Albino Renorex. Savon, do you think around a year from now you'll be traveling to more tournaments or staying local in DFW? It depends on how I'm doing financially. If I have more money, I'd like to travel more. I enjoy traveling; it's really fun. After the LTC City, it's really made me see that I enjoy big national tournaments so much more than local tournaments. Local tournaments, you know, they're not bad. They're good for experience. They're good for practice. Good for like getting to know some people. But yeah, the being able to go out and like see a bunch of random people and play against people you've only heard of, and for me especially, like interacting with fans is really fun. Like I did a lot of signatures at LTC4, and so there's a quote I really like from Will Smith where he's talking about, you know, like someone's asking him if it's annoying when people like ask him to sign stuff. He's like, annoying? Are you kidding me? Like this is the easiest thing in the world. I'd literally just write my name on something, and it's something that people will talk about for a long time and like and treasure. So it really makes me happy to be able to, you know, make someone else's day by doing something so simple. And, you know, like, just the idea of someone would respect me and, you know, like me enough to want me to write something, write my name down on something for them. It's really cool. It's nice to see that sometimes, because, you know, I've been playing Smash for a really long time, and Smash, you know, does not a rich man make, especially whenever you're not winning all the super big nationals. So, it's like the little things like that. It's really, really, really fun, really satisfying. Okay, yeah, you read my guide on Smash 4. That's good. The PM Bro guide, it's a very, very good starting point. You going to SmashCon? Yes, I'm going to try to make it out to SmashCon. I definitely want to make that there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so yeah, that concludes low tier city talk. I think I'll get on to the analysis for this node. I guess we could I don't know, chat's kind of hard to read. This is the one thing I don't like about this this style of chat is that sometimes it can be a little difficult to read depending on the layout. Like right here, the white's definitely blending in. Let me spit. Chat. And also, yeah, like it's kind of you're gonna make this a little bit smaller. Hopefully that's still visible. I don't want to cover up too much of the screen. So, let me cut the recording for this.